people think that I go to these places and I say, yo, guys, I'm Drake.
I'm the lookalike. Let me in.
Like, I don't do anything like that, bro. I wait online like everybody else. I'm just like everybody else, bro. And then when I'm in there having fun, or whatever happens, happens.
A rich man's world. I have turned the soul of this beautiful land, but that beauty. A rich man's world. I have turned the soul of this beautiful land.
Welcome to the Isaac Javier podcast. Join me, your host, Isaac Javier, as we deep dive into thought-provoking discussions, explore captivating stories, and gain insights from interesting, passionate, and everyday people through a laid-back comedic lens. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the insightful discussion with the famous, viral sensation, the guy that broke the internet, the Drake lookalike, longtime friend, Johnathan.
Isaac, how you doing, brother? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. I'm really excited for you being here. I've been looking forward to this for a long while.
Same here.
So tell me, what's been causing you to go viral this year?
Well, so I go out to these events, these Drake night events. You know, I'm just a regular Drake fan like everybody else.
Right.
And I go to these events and I start getting attention. You know, I go in there, I'm dancing regular, and people come up to me like, "Hey, you look like Drake, man. Yo, this guy looks like Drake."
Right.
And people start wanting to take pictures of me. They want me to sing songs. They want me to start performing for them. They want me to, you know, do everything that, you know, just to bring up joy in the party.
Right. So they could go back to their country town and say, "Hey, I met Drake.
Yeah, guys, I met Drake.
I went to the city that saw Drake."
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So how does it make you feel? Like all these people like giving you this attention. You said that you had like a couple of videos that went viral.
Yeah. I had about 3 or 4 videos that went viral.
If you want to shed some light on that.
Yeah, so the first video that went viral, I went to this place called SOBs. It's downtown. Shout out to SOBs. I went there, and this was back in August.
Okay.
And I made a video. I was singing Marvin's Room.
Ooh.
Yeah, a famous song by Drake.
That's a classic.
Yeah, it's a classic.
It's a classic.
I was on stage singing Marvin's Room. I was only on stage for like a few seconds. And that video ended up blowing up, going viral. It had about 1.5 million views on TikTok.
Okay.
And then transferred over to these pages, reposted it on Instagram. It had about 3, 4, 5 million views. Mm-hmm. So altogether, I would say that video racked up maybe almost 10 million views.
Okay.
And then the second time I went viral, I was at this place. I was at Webster Hall, famous Webster Hall. I was up there performing the song. I think it was I'm On One. It's featuring Drake, DJ Khaled. It's a bunch of artists put together.
Right.
And I performed there, like, you know, just for a few seconds. And that video blew up on X, Twitter, formerly known as Twitter. That I garnered about 9.6 million views.
Sheesh.
Something like that. And
wow.
And then the last time I went viral, I was at this place called Bar Shimmy. Shout out to Bar Shimmy. Shout out to Skrills. I made a video there, and this lady posted it, this girl posted it, and it got 15.5 million views on TikTok.
How does that make you feel?
It's cool. I'm doing numbers, man.
He's doing numbers without getting featured, man. Come on.
Yeah.
You gotta tell these people to pay you, bro.
You know what's funny? And that one is when the last video, the Bar Shemansky video, had the white turtleneck, and I'm singing "Take Care." Mm-hmm. That video, the Shade Room posted me.
Oh yeah.
Comp.
Yo, I remember that. I was on my couch. I was like, yo, this guy made it to the Shade Room.
The Shade Room posted me. Complex posted me. Hollywood Unlocked posted me. Like the big pages posted me. So that was pretty big right there. But none of these pages tagged me except for Complex.
So what are you trying to do with all this attention?
Well, with all this attention, I'm trying to turn it into my own brand, turn it into my own thing. I want people to know who John is as a person.
Okay, so if you want to start speaking on that,
yeah.
Who is John as a person?
So John as a person is, you know, John's a young man from the Bronx, and he aspires to be great. He aspires to, you know, how can I say this? Of course, you know, be great, but, you know, how can I put this in a way to, you know, escape the environment I'm in?
Escape the environment.
You know, to do better. I want to live the best life I want to live.
Escape the. Some people take offense to that.
Yeah.
So like I would try to frame it better because it's like, why are you trying to escape the environment? Because all right, so look in the defense, right? It's good to leave the environment that you grew up in to show how much you've grown.
Yes.
Right, and that's something I'm aspiring to do as well. Right, like I love the Bronx. This is something I've been living here, dealing with the same people, and I have love for the Bronx. But as a person who has aspirations and wants to grow individually, and see different parts of the world, interact with different people,
Yep.
it's important to leave your environment.
Yes.
It's important. So it has nothing to do with the environment. Like it does and it isn't at the same time.
I think part of it has something to do with the environment. Because if I grew up in downtown Manhattan, in a penthouse or something, I wouldn't have said I want to leave my environment. Maybe I want to travel the world to do that, but I have some place back to go. The Bronx will always be my home. The Bronx is a place that's dear in my heart. It's what made me, is where I came from. But to expand, I have to, do other things, branch out, go other places.
Yeah, I understand.
Being here and being stuck in this environment will keep you stuck into certain things.
Mhm.
The Bronx isn't the safest place in the world.
Right.
It's a lot of stuff that goes on around here. So I just want to live differently. I just want to live. I just want to live better, bro.
What does that mean? What does that mean to live differently?
A different environment, man. It's crazy out here, man.
No, I mean like differently because people would argue that like you could live differently in the same environment.
I want to live in a mansion, man.
You want to live in a mansion?
I want to live in a nice area, a gated community, security. I want all that stuff, man. I want all that stuff, man. I know people like, oh, you just got to take it how you get it. But it's like, if I work hard, I work hard.
And you have the right to feel that way.
Exactly.
You have the right to feel that way. I mean, if down south, they have a lot of good houses that are for the low. Because something like dude, you could be paying. So I pay roughly around $2,000 for this apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And the amount of money that I'm paying here down south, I could be paying to rent in a mansion for $2,000.
Yep. Yeah. Texas, they got those houses for the low in Texas, man. They built them from scratch, man. You don't got to pay that much.
Yeah. I know you've spoken a lot about like your goals, what you want to do with yourself. What do you want to do with this name brand? What do you want to do with your personal brand?
What I'll do with my personal brand, I want to grow it, and I want to send a message to people.
What's the message?
To be the best versions of yourself.
Okay, you got to do better than that, bro.
Yeah,
I'm here to challenge you. You got to do better than that. You got to give the audience some type of value. What is it about, like, what is it about a person that you want them to achieve? Like personal success, growth, the mindset, the frame.
All that I put together. I want them to see that if I could do it, you can do it. That's what I think.
Especially from like your environment.
Exactly.
So if you could do it from the Bronx. I mean, we live in New York, basically.
Yeah, but we're in the Bronx, brother. The famous people around here are the rap artists and all that stuff.
Okay.
And then I'm not, shout out to all of them, but I wouldn't say that message is the best. So I want to influence a better message upon the people.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing. I want to show people that, okay, I'm from this place. Maybe I was like this before, but this is who I am now. And this is how I am. And you can be this way too. Just because you grew up a certain way doesn't mean you have to be like that for the rest of your life. And
you think a lot of people in the Bronx are like that?
Yeah, I do. I think people have this. I think a lot of people in the Bronx have this mindset, and not everybody, but some people are kind of stuck in their ways.
Oh, for sure.
And it doesn't let them grow as people.
I find it so weird that people would spend all of their lives, like literally, like, and this is not only in the Bronx. These are like other places in the world as well. But like, you live only in the environment that you grew up in, and it's fine. Like, I'm not knocking the next person, right? But at the same time, it's just weird, like I've visited places. I've been to Montreal, I've been to Colombia, DR, I've been to other states, Florida.
You've been around, man.
I would like to go other places too, but when I tell you, every time I go to these new places, to me, like, it's like a part of my mind that just explodes, and it just opens up. Like, wow, I've never, like, the culture, the foods, the people, how they interact with you. And I'm not talking about the street vendors too, because when I went to Colombia, like, I liked their hustle because it was me and a couple of friends. I won't mention names. Me and a couple of friends, we go on the beach, right? And they're following you for like 30 plus minutes. Like, after a while, you think that you're just walking with them, like they're your group. Like, I was forced to buy a bracelet. I don't even know where it's at right now. I was forced to buy a bracelet because I'm like, listen, they know that people will pay just to get you out of their faces. Yep. Yeah. So, I just find it wild that people just live in their whole lives. Like, I've been here for majority of my life, and I want to leave New York. Yep. Also, you guys are getting really expensive, really expensive. Yeah, New York is getting expensive. Yeah. Dude. Like, I've been thinking about doing, like, Jersey. It's funny. They just raised the minimum wage, too. I think it's starting. I don't know when it started. It's $16 an hour. I don't know. Where? In New York. In New York? New York, the city, Long Island, and Nassau County. I'm seeing it.
they're raising the $16, but then it's like everything costs more anyways. So it's like the same thing.
Yeah.
It's almost like the same thing.
Yeah, it's literally no point of living in New York. Like, the only point you'll be here is to rather stay close to family, or if the fact that you're just scared to go anywhere else.
That's true.
Yeah, because literally, if you go to like South Carolina, you live comfortably. Trust me.
South Carolina.
So on to the next question. Let's do this. So question, right? Before this, we were talking a little while, and you were expressing your feelings about being on the podcast.
Yeah.
How does it feel being on your first podcast?
Yeah,
I get to claim that. I get to claim that, brother.
I'm happy that I was with you, man. Somebody I've known for a very long time, man.
Appreciate you.
So, it's a bit nerve wracking. You know, I really I practice in my head how it'll be, and like talking to you right now, I feel like maybe I'm getting a little nervous, maybe slipping up a little bit. But you know, this is my first time getting interviewed or anything like this.
Right.
So you know, it's just.
What thoughts you had before coming into this podcast? Like, you thought you were gonna be like this like cool guy, or like this like high energy dude? Like,
yeah, I just thought I'll say things and not pausing it between any sentence and just saying things right to the point, every vocabulary on point, everything.
Yeah.
And so far I'm doing okay, but I could do a little better.
You're doing great, bro. It's never like that. I tell you, like I've done probably like 6 podcasts by now, and personally, it after a while, you just kind of get used to the fact that I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Like, you forget that there's cameras in front. You forget that there's mics, headsets, other things that's going around you. You just kind of like enjoy the conversation. And that's exactly what the type of person I would like to become.
Yeah.
I want people to be able to come up to me and just be like, Isaac, he's a cool guy to talk to. I feel comfortable talking to him. Because for me, starting a dialogue, starting the conversation about whatever subject matter the person would like to speak on, like I could speak on anything.
Yeah.
Because I speak from the heart.
Yeah.
I speak genuinely. If I don't know the subject, I'll try to give as much value as I like.
Yeah.
But there's a limit, and I know my limit.
Yeah.
And I won't be able to, like, that's when you start going and like just faking it until you're making it. I'm like, nah, like, just be who yourself. Exactly. Because I've met like people that are, and it irks my soul that they try to be this person that they're not.
Exactly.
And it's just like, dude, you have so much value for being who you are.
Exactly.
For example, yourself with this whole Drake shit.
Yeah.
Like, people are going to be looking at you like, oh, he's a lookalike Drake. You know, like, all they are going to think about is Drake. But it's important for you not to seep into that, because you are your own person.
No, of course.
And that's your personal brand.
And that's And I thank you for saying that, because I also want to tell the audience too, guys.
Yeah, let them know.
I don't actually think I'm Drake,
Let
guys.
them know.
I'm not RB Drake Graham. I didn't sit in Motown and waited for a record, dude. I didn't do any of that.
Right.
I'm John. I'm Johnathan. That's who I am as a person.
Yeah.
And I've never lost sight of who I am as a person.
Okay. And why you feel that way?
Because it's just my mental fortitude.
Your mental fortitude?
My mental fortitude, you know. And, you know, of course, people are going to say what they say because, of course, they see him on the internet. They're like, who the hell is this big guy trying to act like he's Drake or something? Like, and, you know, I understand, but, you know, I'm being myself, man. I'm just having fun, man.
Right. And these people online, they have a lot of nice things to say, I bet.
Well, most of the comments are people saying something like, "Oh, this guy looks like Drake, but like a fat version or something like that."
Blake.
Yeah, Blake or Cake or something. Honestly, those comments are fine. Like, trust me, at the moment, I know I'm a bit overweight, and trust me, I laugh at those comments. As you should. The guys aren't lying, but like this, there's comments, people attacking my character. People say, this guy thinks he's probably Drake every single day. I bet you he practices in front of the mirror for hours and this and that, which that's far from the truth.
That'll be hilarious.
That would be hilarious.
That would be hilarious.
That would be hilarious. I don't sit in front of the mirror practicing hours, Drake movements or this and that. I don't do anything like that, bro. I just go out and just have fun and just do what I do. So
do you remember any good experiences when you were outside and people like showed you your flowers? Like, yo, you know, the fact that you look like Drake gives it a lot, and that's how you get your attention. But it's the person behind that facade that they
I like a lot of people. They tell me, like, especially after I go viral, people who know me and even met me at Drake parties. They're like, yo, bro, I love that you're just being yourself, bro. Like, you're not trying too hard and nothing. Because I think people think that I go to these places and I say, yo, guys, I'm Drake. I'm the lookalike. What's that? Let me in. Like, I don't do anything like that, bro. I wait online like everybody else. I'm just like everybody else, bro. And then when I'm in there having fun, and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, bro.
And that's what it is, bro. I like to party. I like to have fun. So you just mix that in with, my favorite artists and the fact that people say we look alike. So, that's just a recipe for things to go
So,
crazy.
question: what are you trying to do with this attention you're getting?
Well, this attention I'm getting, I'm trying to
Is there a game plan that you want to?
Yeah, of course, I want to gain a following. I want to get an audience, but eventually, I want to branch out and do my own thing. I want people to know who Johnathan is as a person.
So, tell the audience what is some of your plans for the future.
Well, some of my plans, I want to start streaming. I'm getting more into acting. I just recently appeared in a music video, so that was my first acting credit per se.
Yeah,
that was my first.
How was that?
That was good. It was a good experience.
So what happened? Like, how did they get in touch with you?
So I was
tell me about that.
I was contacted by an Instagram page called Collective Casting. Collective Casting is ran by this person named Ariana. Shout out to Collective Casting, Ariana.
Okay.
They text me. They said, "Oh, we need you for this music video. I want you to play like a Drake lookalike."
So, question before you continue.
Mm-hmm.
I get hit up by multiple like random pages. How is this page look legit? Do they have like a blue check? Or did they pop in your like request bar? Like
they popped in my request bar, but when I checked, they didn't have a blue check, but they seemed like a legit page. They had a few posts. They had people tagged in the. I checked the people who were tagged in the post, see what kind of pages they were.
Okay.
So I seen, and the person actually called my phone.
How the fuck they got your phone?
The lady, she said, "Can you give me a number? I could call you." So I'm like, I'll give you a number. I'll call, and I called, and it was. And I looked up who actually ran the page before. I've ended up finding it, and I'm like, this looks like this probably is. I think it's the girl.
Okay.
So I just took a chance.
So I took the chance, right? You contacted them. You got into the music video. How did it lead up to? They tell you like what to wear.
They told me they was like, oh, get an outfit. Makes you look like Drake or something. And I guess we have the resemblance, but I don't really think I dress like Drake. I think he dresses differently. I like to dress suits, keep it dapper. Mm-hmm. I'm like a different kind of person. Like the most I could do was probably come with a suit or something, but it's just how I dress. But I guess that was good enough for them. Mm-hmm. I have brought different outfits, but they didn't even ask me to wear it.
Did you gain any connections out of that? Like,
yeah.
A bunch, I bet.
Yeah. I met a lot of people. I met Little Mabu, 5-year foreign. I met Little Mabu's father. So I gained all those connections.
And how was that experience?
That was a good experience.
Is it a good experience, right?
Yeah, you're meeting people who are,
are in the industry, like up and coming.
Yeah, they're doing their thing, man.
So, all right, I'm not into like, they do drill.
Yeah, they do drill music. Yeah.
I'm not really into that. I like the music, but I don't follow it.
Yeah.
How does it feel like being around those type of people, like up and coming artists in the industry? How does it feel to be around them?
It was good. Little Mabu, he's up and coming. 5-year's been established for a few years already.
Yes.
He's been Mabu's up and coming, but he's got some hits, man. He's got a good vision, man. He's got a good team. They do videos very well too. That video they did is very well put together. They got a good editing team and everything. It was just good to experience something more. Lights, camera, action, and all, everything like that.
Did they tell you how to act, or did they just say like act normal, or like they say like act like Drake? Or
there was like, I didn't really have any lines to speak or anything. They just wanted me to like. First, they told me I was gonna be walking down the street, and then that's what they told me. I thought I was gonna be that.
Just walk down the street.
I'm like, I thought maybe walking with a girl or something. I don't know. It would sound like that, but then the scene ended up being that I'm against the wall. I guess I'm rubbing my hands and like
plotting.
Yeah. I guess I got like a beam or something like that pointed at me, and I'm supposed to react a certain way. That part of the video wasn't shown, but it was just the main part was just me rubbing my hands and doing that.
Right.
So it wasn't. I was only there. I was there for the whole day, but I only worked for about less than an hour.
So is there anything else that we should expect from you?
Yeah.
Or that's like on the hush hush.
Well, we'll see what time comes.
Okay.
You could expect more videos of me coming out. You can expect a little more content. Right. Me feeding the people, doing because I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an actor. And I'm also a part comedian too. I like to make people laugh. Man.
Exactly.
Just a few funny videos to come out. Expect a lot of things like that to come out, but you'll see it soon.
So since we were talking earlier about like what it means to be in the Bronx and the environment, the community, how was your experience growing up in the Bronx? For the people out there that kind of could relate to you, like,
well, the experience was
being an Hispanic male
in the Bronx. So you're an Hispanic male. You're really raised. It's a predominantly Black and Hispanic community put together. You're raised with both cultures. There's definitely like a tight knit community, but there's definitely it's a lot of stuff that goes on, man. It's a lot of fights and craziness and. Stuff like that, man. Growing up, I experienced all of that. I was into a lot of stupid stuff, man.
Stupid stuff's like what?
Come on, man. I was into like the fighting, the stupid stuff.
I mean, we were there together though.
Yeah, we were there together.
You can shit on it. I can speak on it too. Like,
yeah, at one point, I was on, but in middle school, I wasn't really doing anything like that. It's when I got to high school, I kind of shifted gears. I'm like, you know what, man, I gotta be tough, man. People gotta stop messing with me.
Right.
So
we used to have I remember we used to have like little slap boxing matches. We would have beef, and like since we didn't really want to fight because it's like nah, we're gonna see how skilled you are with the hands.
So during our 10-minute breaks,
10-minute breaks,
we would go into the bathroom, whether it was the first or the third floor. We had to be careful on the first floor because Mr. H's office was right there. Yeah, I remember that.
One of the guidance counselors was there. It was, I think it was like the third floor that was like the main one.
The main one.
Yeah.
The second or third floor.
Yeah, we did a couple of things. Damn, man, it's been so long.
Yeah, man. We had a page on Facebook that had like videos of us.
Please don't say that. They're gonna look at it. Shit.
No, but the page is gone now.
Okay,
I don't know. The page was defunct. I don't know what happened. I guess Meta, Facebook, they shut the page down. But like, it was just us being foolish, being teenagers, being foolish, man. Yeah,
those are the days.
Yeah, I definitely say it was fun though. Growing up in the Bronx, it's fun, bro. It's something
you learn a lot.
Yeah, you learn a lot. You learn a lot.
Also for me, I'm not the type of guy that I like violence a lot. And you firsthand know that. But growing up in the Bronx just gives you insight that you would never have growing up anywhere, especially a lot of states and cities in the U.S.
You see things you won't see in a lot of places.
And experience things like, there'll be times where like I'll go down the block and, I just know how to conduct myself in the streets. I was speaking to one of my boys about this. I'm like, listen, no, if something happens to you and you know the reputation in the Bronx, that's your fault. If you're not looking behind the shoulder after every block, and it's unfortunate, trust me. I honestly feel like it's unfortunate because we're supposed to. I don't know if it's like the thought of being privileged in a way of like who we are as individuals, but it also comes down to like you want to be able in a place to feel comfortable to walk down the street and not look behind your back.
Yeah, you want to be in a safe environment.
But I feel like if you grow up in the Bronx, you could grow up. You could go anywhere. Because that street mentality, that street knowledge, you wouldn't find that anywhere else.
No,
you honestly wouldn't. So, like, I think it has its pros and its cons. But growing in the Bronx definitely shaped you and a lot like other people like you to be who they are, and I think they should be proud of that.
It makes you tough, man.
It makes you tough.
It makes you tough, man. But that circles back to my point of why I want to change my environment, change all around, change my circumstance.
Okay.
That's what circles back to my original point. I don't want to feel like I gotta live that way. I don't want to raise kids and I don't want to raise the kids and family in this kind of environment.
Why not?
Because like you say, you walk through every block, you got to conduct yourself a certain way. And, everyone should know how to conduct themselves anyway. You should know how to take care of yourself and, and be accountable for yourself. But you don't want to feel like you always got to look over your shoulder all the time. You walk through one block, you look at somebody for long enough, it becomes a problem. Hey, what you looking at, my man? Or, it becomes something like that. And then it starts a whole big pond. And then you got dudes, he's with like 10 people. And then anything can happen, man.
Right.
Yeah. I've gone through that and I've put people through that. So, I'm being honest, bro. Like,
yeah.
It's,
it's a space to do that.
It's not, you go downtown somewhere, you go to 42nd Street, you don't go through any of that stuff, man. You got your few, nutcases that run around, but those are like, they come from this area. They come from like places in Brooklyn, places over here. And like I said, that's not like to down talk or to talk down on because, I'm part of we're all part of the same people, but it's like, I think we just got to do better, man.
We got to do better.
But it's also the circumstance of how the Bronx came to be and the circumstances we were put in. And, it's just political things, man. It's much deeper. It's much deeper.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But I do want to, appreciate you for coming onto this podcast, man, because it's been something that I've been trying to do for a while now. It's a bit frustrating when you have like a row of people to come in and, shoot a podcast and then none of them show up.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate you for coming in today.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course.
Bringing the little hookita.
Yeah.
You feel me? Making a vibe. You feel me? Like this shit is busting right now, dog.
Yeah, I had to it was my first podcast and I had to get my, my nerves dwindle down a bit. I gave myself maybe like, a C+, B- on this podcast. My performance.
Nah, bro, listen, this is not gonna be the last time you pull up. Once I have a more established place where I'm going to be moving, hopefully in March, you see the calendar up there.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll go into a much better place where we could do this in a bigger scale.
Yeah.
Bigger scale because like, all right, so.
I want to say one thing though. I appreciate that you, even with the space you're having now, that you're doing this, bro.
Appreciate it.
I want to shake your
you.
hand for that too, bro. You're
Thank you.
making things happen, bro. Even with your vibe, even what you have around you, you're making it happen, man.
But the thing is, it's exciting stuff. Like the reason why I'm doing this podcast is to show that, you know, if you stay consistent, if you have these open dialogues with people and be genuine and honest, you know, challenge people, right?
Yes.
Like I'm not here to challenge people and make them look stupid or dumb. It's more like I really want you to start thinking in a way that you've never started thinking before, because I grew up with a lot of closed-minded people, and I was one of them. I'm not saying that I was like this perfect. Like I had my history, and you know that. Like I made a lot of dumb, foolish mistakes.
Same here.
I haven't been the most authentic. No. Fuck that shit. I've been on my authentic self 100% of the time.
You're a lot better than a lot of people we were around, man.
I cave in a couple of times, and it really shows. So I thank you for giving me my flowers. I'm proud of you. I'm really
proud of you too, brother.
I'm really proud of you doing your thing out here, gaining a lot of attention. Hopefully you inspire the youth and you inspire a different type of conversation, because I think that's what you were put on earth to do.
Yeah. And I think you're put on purpose to challenge people. And
yeah,
to,
man.
You know, open the dialogue.
Dude, it's just so interesting when you, instead of just talking just to talk, when you have an open and honest conversation with people that you wouldn't have otherwise. Like, I have conversations here and there, but when it comes to a podcast setting, you know, lights, cameras, action, you get all that pressure. And it's like, who are you as a person? Tell me who you really are. That's why I want to show the audience. I want to provide value so much that, like, you know, someone that's 18 years old, someone that's 16, 14, even our age, even older, they see this and it's like, yo, they're making moves. What am I doing in my life?
Exactly.
And it's the thing is, like, listen, if you like your 9 to 5, I'm not judging anyone's 9 to 5. I have a 9 to 5. You have a 9 to 5. You feel me? So I'm not here to judge anybody. But the fact of the matter is, if you want to do one with your life and you're not doing anything, are you really providing value? Are you really providing service?
That's true.
You know, like that's my purpose in life. Provide value, be of service, and to be able to provide.
Yes.
So I don't know if that we're in the end of the show, but
I want to get one last message to
we at the end of the show, my guy.
Is it over?
No, we got 2 minutes.
Yeah. I want to give a message to where piggyback off of what my friend Isaac here said. Yeah, so if you're young, you're 16, you're 18, even a little older, and you have these dreams you want to chase, please start today. If you watch this podcast in the future when this episode comes out and you have something you want to do, I want you to turn it off and go chase your dreams.
They'll turn it off after you watch
turn it off after. I don't mean like that. Turn it off after you watch it. After this message and after you watch us speak. I'm sorry, man.
It's the ending anyway.
Yeah. But just go chase your dreams, man, and be the best versions of yourself, man. Because every day you waste, you know what they say, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Exactly. So with that being said, thank you guys for listening. It's been an amazing show with a dear friend. If you'd like to see more of him, please follow on his Instagram, John DOUR25, and on TikTok, John DOUR258. And appreciate you for having me, bro.
Appreciate you for having me, brother.
Understand what went wrong. Like, trying to figure shit out. Editing video.
This is Jet You Betcha.
What's going on?